Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. As we continue our series on Catholic social teaching, today's Do You Know question is, do you know how subsidiarity and the role of government is understood in Catholic social teaching? Subsidiarity is based on a Latin term, subsidium, which means to assist, to help, or to be a backup. All levels of society assist one another in providing what is best for the common good of all. Right? Pope Pius XI in 1931, in his encyclical Quadragesimo Anno, written 40 years after Rerum Novarum, Pope Leo XIII's encyclical on the conditions of labor, observed throughout the world the rise of totalitarianism and fascism. And so in writing his encyclical Quadragesimo Anno, what he wanted to do was to make sure that the government and higher institutions do not dominate the local level and the local initiative. In other words, government is only meant to provide assistance to the lower level and more basic union of society. So Catholic social teaching insists that there has to be a proper balance between the government and the higher institutions and local initiative. Large organizational structures are a backup to the local structures and initiative. When individuals cannot really do what is needed for the local level, that's the only time when the government can come in and assist and be a backup for that, when local levels cannot address their own needs. So Catholic social teaching always warns of the excessive involvement and intervention of government and higher institutions. The best way for Catholic social teaching insists is that when decisions are made, they're to be made on the local level by those people that's going to be most affected by the decisions. Now, when the local level cannot meet its own individual needs, then government can come in to assist and be a backup. The problem is when government or higher institutions do not pay attention to the local needs or the local initiatives and tend to dominate or absorb them. And so it's extremely important, therefore, for the local institutions to take the initiative to provide what is needed for the common good. When they cannot do that, that is when the role of government or higher institutions come in to support and be a backup, always attuned to the common good across the board. For example, some of the examples of how a government can assist and help on the local level would be with big issues such as infrastructure, the environment and pollution and all that, homeland security, and a variety of other ways in which usually local levels cannot address those just on the local level, has to be done on a wider level, and this is where governments and higher institutions can come in to assist and help. The key, one of the key quotes with regards to this is that subsidiarity should always be as small as possible, but big when necessary. So all people are called to participate and be active in making sure that the common good and the good of all is promoted and defended. Whenever human rights and the common good is threatened, then higher institutions have an obligation to really support and make sure that these rights are defended and protected. And therefore, there's a problem with making a discernment about when the government should step in to assist the local level. And that's a whole issue of discernment, and it takes a whole other way of thinking with regards to the role of governments. However, one of the key principles in all this is that on the local level, they should not be addicted to or allergic to the role of the higher levels, higher institutions of government, especially when it comes to promoting the common good of all. And so what I'd like to do is just end with a quote from, again, the book that I've been using is the Sharing Catholic Social Teaching, Challenges and Directed, put out by the United States Catholic Conference of Bishops. And they had this quote with regards to subsidiarity and the importance of it. The Church vigorously defends unique roles of families, community, associations, and other intermediate institutions, and insists that their roles cannot be ignored or absorbed by the state or other large institutions. However, when the common good and the rights of individuals are harmed or threatened, society, including governmental institutions, has a responsibility to act to protect human dignity and rights. So I hope this has helped to explain just a bit of how subsidiarity and the role of government is understood in Catholic social teachings, and I hope you'll return again to More Do You Know series questions as we continue our exploration of Catholic social teachings. Thank you very much.